All right, y'all. So this part two. This part two of the Young Thug shit. Hold on. And this one, I think this one gonna be more him talking about the industry and shit, and more G and like jail leak jail calls and shit.
At Planet Fitness, no two members are alike, but they all have one thing in common.
I don't know who exactly is preying on Young Thug's downfall, but whoever it is, they got to be one of God's favorite soldiers, bro. Because Young Thug's downfall has been something to behold. It's been drastic, bro. Young Thug a week ago was revered. He was looked at as a pillar of the culture. He was looked at as somebody who was going down as a hip-hop legend. Young Thug has went from revered a week ago to now we look at Young Thug as an absolute joke and a clown. And a lot of it, to be honest, is of no fault of his own in terms of what was released publicly, because Young Thug still haven't done an interview yet. But what Young Thug did in jail and before jail is coming back to haunt him. We already heard about the snitching allegations. That took away every street credibility, any and all respect he has ever gotten in the culture or in the streets. That's been taken away. Now Young Thug credibility was taken away when he was exposed on that jail call for admitting that he purchased fake sales for not only Gunna's album, but for his album as well.
Damn.
Now Young Thug, just his credibility as a man is now being called into question. People are now looking at Young Thug after these additional leaks that dropped this morning. People are now looking at Young Thug, yo, you just a hoe. Yo, you just a cornball. You're just a clown. And it all started when Young Thug got a jail call leak of him talking about Kendrick Lamar. And from this conversation, you could already tell the type of person Young Thug is someone that none of us would ever want to befriend.
With the racks, with Kendrick, future grocery bag. Say again?
I hope you do it.
So do I. I mean, well, even if you don't get
he don't take no money, do he?
No. He wouldn't do that. But think about it. He does so few verses. Like, you know what I mean? Like, he's not just doing verses. Like,
right. But
the only other person that gets a Kendrick versus King is Baby King, and that's just like his cousin or his nephew or something.
Right. Getting out down verses to this nigga, man. What the hell you doing, crazy? Oh, that fake. Oh, I ain't getting no rapper songs. I don't be liking them type nigga like that.
Within 20 seconds of the call, Young Thug is already expressing he don't like how Kendrick Lamar don't do songs with other artists. So here's the backstory and here's what's going on. Young Thug is working on Business is Business. He's working on dropping an album. Now, Young Thug and Kendrick Lamar don't have a direct relationship. They aren't close. They don't have a super close friendship. So Young Thug team got to go through the label. They eventually go through the label through different connects, and they was able to get the song to Kendrick Lamar. They were told Kendrick Lamar is pondering it. He might do it. We'll give you guys his decision shortly. Kendrick Lamar don't send a song back. Time starts to go by. They start to ask the Connect, yo, what's going on? The Connect then tells Young Thug's manager, yo, Kendrick Lamar, I don't know, like, he was thinking about it, but it looks like Young Thug got too many features on the album already. He's not really feeling it. Now, code word for it, he got too many features on the album is he got Drake on his album.
He got two.
Now,
Drake's
Kendrick
on
Lamar's never said that. They never said it's because of Drake. But when you look at the feature list, Drake is on there, and that could possibly be the only dude where Kendrick Lamar sees and says, I ain't really trying to be on the album with Drake right now, man. We got some business to handle. And obviously we know the battle took place shortly there afterwards. Now, most people, somebody tell you, man, I can't really do the album right now, the feature list, maybe we can work in the future. Most people say, cool, bro, maybe we can work in the future. No hard feelings. I got you. I understand. But not Young Thug. Young Thug goes on this entire tangent of how Kendrick Lamar ain't ish and he won't be ish until he work with this person, that person, that person. He even slanders Kendrick Lamar during this call as well.
Why?
You nigga too big. I don't want to do no feature. Why? Why you want to do no feature? Why when you want to do a feature for a superstar? Like, you ain't like goddamn street call you for a song, you know?
Superstar where? Listen, man, I know rappers live in grand delusion. I know that prison could ruin or discombobulate your perspective, but this right here was foreshadowing that Young Thug was out of his mind, and there will be problems later on. If you're running around this delusional, if you're Young Thug and you're calling yourself a superstar, then obviously you know that you are not well, that you're very sick, and you will run into some issues because you just are not aware of what's going on, which is probably why on that phone conversation with 21 Savage, right, they're talking about how Young Thug has the power to ruin, to make or break Gunna's career. How when Young Thug come home, if Young Thug calls Gunna a snitch, his career is over with. We found out that was also delusion because he called Gunna a snitch and Gunna still had the #1 rap and R&B album in the world. And when Young Thug dropped, he won't do Gunna numbers. But back to this Kendrick Lamar situation, okay? Young Thug considers himself a superstar, which obviously is delusion, which is probably why he don't understand why Kendrick Lamar don't want to do a song with him, because you're not a superstar, bro. Superstars in rap is like a handful, maybe 3 or 4, maybe 2 to 3, I'll be real, bro. Right? Drake is a superstar. Kendrick is a superstar. What, Travis Scott? Maybe it's like the superstar.
Travis Scott is not
those are the super.
Travis Scott is not a superstar, and I'm from Houston, Texas. He is not a superstar, bro. Nigga, we do not listen to that nigga down there.
Superstars means you could do an arena. Superstars means, bro, you could drop a merch line and do 50 million in sales like this. That's what a superstar is, right? Not Young Thug.
Right.
Yeah.
You really got
Young Thug can definitely do that.
Lil Baby, Thug, real superstar call you for a song. Why wouldn't you do the song? We lit and we going #1 too. Fuck you thinking? You know, it's just like, I don't be understanding this type of shit. Supposed to be a nigga who blessed nigga. That's why them niggas will never be bigger than Drake ever in life. Niggas will never be bigger than Buddy. Buddy gonna do it. Buddy fucking with everybody. You know how many niggas like Drake can't? How many niggas can take care of their family because of Buddy? Just like straight fucking with you. Kendrick goddamn put a nigga on. Y'all niggas, you're a superstar. You don't ran up to a few hundred M, but you ain't put nobody on though. You know what I'm saying? You ain't even put Keem on. Because the shit you and him doing, this shit ain't really doing that.
When you're
No, this nigga is crazy.
What makes someone's work a work of art?
Art takes countless ideas.
when you're a young thug and you're in the business of making microwavable music, then you probably don't understand from like a capitalistic mindset why Kendrick Lamar won't just do 100 different songs with 100 different of these like new up and coming dudes and go number one or go top 10 or go top 20 or go top 50 and just run up the bag. But when you're someone who at some point, and I do believe Kendrick and Drake probably have the same mindset as well, you do care about the art. You do at some point value the art over the income once you get to a certain level of wealth. Kendrick Lamar probably made $100 million. And he's probably content with making $100 million if the art is pure. He's probably not okay, or nor do he desire $1 billion if that comes with muddying up the art, muddying up the purity, and just dropping 500 different songs every year with different art. That's not his mission. That's not his goal. Young Thug makes microwavable music. Kendrick Lamar makes evergreen music. So he don't understand that. Now, for him to say that Kendrick Lamar hasn't put anybody on, that's just false, man. That's just a flat out lie. That's defamation, man. That's flat out defamation. It's just not true.
Dead.
We could go through a list of people that Kendrick Lamar has put on, but even me going through that list, like, doesn't really matter. I feel like yo, the casual hip hop fan can hear that statement and say, yeah, that's a lie, that's cap. Y'all don't even need me to run through the list for y'all to realize Kendrick Lamar has put on a lot more people, a lot of people. Kendrick Lamar gave Rich the Kid his first ever Billboard entry. And you think that Kendrick Lamar had to hop on a song? You think he had to hop on New Freezer? You think that was a song that made a contributing factor to Kendrick Lamar's legacy? No, he did it to bless Rich the Kid. And because of New Freezer, that gave Rich the Kid momentum. And then his next single, Plug Walk, that made billboards because of Kendrick Lamar. The biggest female artist in the culture, SZA, she credits Dot for changing her life. She credits Kendrick Lamar for giving her biggest moments.
You understand, so the first time that God changed my life was when he did a star. He included me in something that only knew his homework. I thought it was just a jam session. He put me on to the biggest moment of my life. This is also the biggest moment of my life. And he also put me on to.
Bro, what do she got on, bro?
I'm looking to y'all. To everybody. Thank you.
Kendrick Lamar gave Future and Metro a #1 song last year. He also gave them the biggest moment in hip hop last year. That's not helping out. Yo, without Kendrick Lamar's like that verse, look at that like collab album from Metro and Future. Do you think it still hit the same? Do you think it's as successful as it is without Kendrick? Cut it out, bro. Or how about your homie Future? Kendrick Lamar is responsible for Future's first Grammy with The Kings Is Dead. How about GNX when Kendrick Lamar put on local LA artists and made them household names, gave them top 5 records, gave them Grammy nominations, had their songs playing at the Super Bowl. Now, the argument can be made, bro, he said this before GNX, before the battle. All right, cool. How about Baby Keem? Yo, you can look at the stimulus packages that Kendrick Lamar gave to Baby Keem and how Kendrick Lamar is responsible for Baby Keem's biggest moments in hip hop, and you can say, yo, he helped Baby Keem. Right? Yo, he gave him a stimulus. He gave Future a stimulus. He gave a lot of people stimulus. He helped a lot of people, bro. All right? So for Thug to say this is pure hate and nothing else.
Put it on my own. It's okay to bring you a few hundred M's up, but who you help though? He ain't really help nobody. It's the saying. You did all that shit for men. Nigga, you ain't help nobody. Nigga ain't really gaining no fans off you. King ain't big. King love hell. They can't say no fucking ticket. Watch out. Like, man, watch out. I truly believe you do something on me, Ram, Dirt, Moneybag, Savage. I truly believe we'll have your ass dope, trending, like. It's gonna be like people in the real world fucking with you. Not
It gotta be drugs, bro. It gotta be drugs. Yo, Thug in that prison man hitting that Pookie pipe, man. It gotta be the Pookie pipe, man. Ain't no way Thug
said real people
with a
straight fucking with you.
Straight face, no laughing or joking said that. Moneybag Yo, Lil Durk, a song with Moneybag Yo and Lil Durk would have saved Kendrick Lamar's career and had him trending. Are you stupid? You know who Kendrick Lamar is? This man said, oh, you trying to get poppin' in the East Coast, do a song with Moneybag Yo? Do you not know where Kendrick Lamar blew up first?
Nope. LA?
The rap world, you know what I'm saying? It's gonna be players and cool bitches, lit bitches and players and shit like that fucking with you. Some type of people ain't fucking with you. You gonna get like the real streets and the real people fucking with you. You gonna get the East Coast fucking with you. East Coast ain't fucking with you, bro. You really trying to keep all the blessings to yourself. You really trying to keep everything to yourself. You really sit in the studio and work on the album and don't put nobody on the album. Like, God damn, bro, you ain't gonna fuck with nobody? You ain't gonna bless nobody? Move to that king? Like, but it's like, what the hell is you doing? You supposed to be fucking with me, Wham, Dirt. Sam, you supposed to be fucking with us. You supposed to be calling us like, hey, man, I want y'all to get on my album. I'm on some player shit this time around. I'm on some player shit. Like, come on, man, God damn. I don't know, though. You nigga be crazy.
Right.
Yeah. Hopefully, he do the song though. If you don't, I ain't really giving no damn.
What's really good?
Yeah, over good. Continue being rap, man. You know what I'm saying? Continue being rap, man. Stay supportive, man. Put my album covers on, man. Stay supportive, man. All that. I ain't posting no pictures 6 years shit, man. Watch out. All that shit, man. Nobody get no fuck about none of that. I guarantee you, your first post you post, them gonna do 1 million, 2 million likes. You can guarantee in the next 16 years, you not gonna get on here and get no 100 million likes on your post. You're not Kim Kardashian, man. So whatever you call yourself doing with your internet, and if you just want to prove like, I won't be on the internet, what is that proving? What they do? What they do? Instagram is meant for pictures, man. Post your picture, bro.
That nigga was a proof. What they do?
Right.
Yeah. I think it's the rarity though, but man, have fun with that.
Nah, bro. Young Thug is a Hall of Fame hate. I ain't never seen another man hate on another man for not posting Instagram pictures, man. Young Thug called Kendrick Lamar.
Nah, that's
fuck Ninja. Because he don't post no pictures on Instagram. Nah, man. This just goes to show, bro, no matter what you do, man, if ninjas want to hate on you, bro, they gonna find a reason, man. All right, after, man, you don't put on nobody, that's not true. Now, you got a problem with him because he don't post pictures on Instagram, bro. Now, obviously, when this audio leaked, people treated this with the buffoonery and foolishness it deserved to get treated with. Everybody is on the timeline clowning Young Thug, talking about how Young Thug is such an idiot and a hater. One user says the zestiest part of that ish was Young Thug saying, why don't Kendrick post more on Instagram? Bozo ninjas would hate you for anything. That's a fact, bro. That right there is just peak hatred, right? Because why do you care? People are just really laughing at this clownery when Young Thug says, Kendrick never gonna take off until he makes a song with Lil Durk and Moneybagg Yo, laughing emoji. Because to think that Young Thug is giving Kendrick Lamar's career advice, as if Young Thug has ever created anybody bigger than Kendrick Lamar, or as if Young Thug himself has had a career as big as Kendrick Lamar. And that's now, or even at the point when Young Thug was talking about Kendrick was light years above Young Thug. One user says the most outrageous thing in that whole phone call was Young Thug thinking Kendrick Lamar needs Lil Durk, Lil Baby, and himself to stay lit. Again, I told you about delusion. Him calling himself a superstar was the first sign you needed that Young Thug wasn't well or right in the head. He's a maniac. He's literally foolish. Honestly, too, bro, if you're a Drake, you kind of have to be sitting back looking or listen to that call like, meh, right? Because the narrative is, now, I'm sure Thug had no intention of that particular call getting out there, but when people is...
So if Thug wanted a Kendrick feature but couldn't get one, but then said he's not bigger than Drake, then why didn't you get a Drake for a feature? He got 2 Drake features on that whole thing.
Pushing narratives like this. So Young Thug wanted a Kendrick feature but couldn't get one, but then said he's not bigger than Drake. Then why didn't you get Drake for a feature? Narratives like this have been out here like as of this morning, bro. People have been saying, hold on, bro. If Drake is bigger than Dot, then how come Young Thug wanted this Kendrick feature so much? He had a Drake feature on the album. This 100% has to go down as like the worst post-jail run ever. Young Thug... Not only is Young Thug career already over, that's a done deal, but I'm not sure at the end of this Young Thug situation if he would have any friends left. Wack 100 has made it perfectly clear he's at war with Young Thug because Young Thug dissed his brother QCP. And Wack 100 will claim that he's in possession of some information that could end Young Thug's career. Stay tuned to the end of the video to find out exactly what that information is. Young Thug is currently on the most disappointing post-jail run I think we've ever seen in hip-hop. Like, we knew a lot about Young Thug before he went to jail, such things as he's loved to wear skirts and dresses, right? He's a little flexible, he's a gangster. But one thing we didn't know, bro, is that Young Thug gossips more than our aunties. In the last couple of days, like, we've seen Young Thug diss his ops over the jail phone. We've seen Young Thug diss people who we probably wouldn't link to Young Thug. However, what just dropped today is not Young Thug dissing his enemies or dissing people who he has no relationship with, but Young Thug was recently exposed for dissing his friends. These leaked jail phone calls of Young Thug is really exposing his character. Y'all remember when Lil Durk was in every interview screaming Free Thug, on Instagram screaming Free Thug, burning bridges with rappers like Gunna, who had the #1 album in the world because they didn't get along with Young Thug? Well, that Lil Durk was apparently congratulated for his loyalty with disloyalty. You see, Thug, at the same time while Lil Durk was on Instagram saying free him, Thug was on jailhouse phones gossiping about Lil Durk, claiming all that free me on Instagram don't mean nothing. I need that verse.
It gotta be. What's up with the boy Durk? Yeah. You need to make that nigga. I don't know. I did a lot of players for the boy too though when the boy career went where it supposed to be, man. Pluto. I really like locked in with him, like get really with him. But I don't know. He acting a little different. I don't like that, man.
What you mean?
Like
what he?
I done sent him a few songs. He just like shit. I know for sure going right up. He just got them taking his time. You know, nigga go to 4 or 5 days, 10 days later, just like that little type. But man, you got going on, man.
Yeah.
You know,
yeah, I already know what you mean.
Like, man, nigga did too much for you, man. Watch out, nigga.
Yeah.
He did that Malad app. Yeah, I want them on the Malad app. Yeah. He sent a song for Malad app. Yeah, he sent a song for it. Then goddamn, when it's time to clear the song, he don't clear the song. So the song didn't make the album. Like, look,
he ain't clear.
Man, didn't clear the song.
What you mean I ain't cleared the phone?
Yeah, he did. He worked that one. Then you get on the internet, keep talking about this and that, man. Cut that cap ass shit out, man. You rap to be crazy, boy. You rap hell, boy.
If you have these problems with Lil Durk, just tell Lil Durk himself. Gossiping behind men's back, especially men who are showing you love, to me is kind of crazy. But what I was told personally was Lil Durk turned in the verse every time Thug went in the verse. Now, Durk would take a little bit, longer to send in the verses because Durk had a lot going on at that time. I believe at that time, Durk deleted his iCloud because Durk thought the feds was on him. So Durk was going through a lot, but he still sent in the verses that Thug wanted. Now, like the verse that he's talking about that wasn't cleared, Thug was trying to drop this album abruptly, like fast as heck. Lil Durk is signed. The label that Lil Durk was signed to, they was dragging their feet trying to clear the record, and it wasn't on Lil Durk. Now, but regardless though, even if everything Thug is saying is cool or is true, even if Thug believes, Lil Durk is a snake, Lil Durk don't rock with me, man, Lil Durk is flawed, you tell Lil Durk that to his face. But if you didn't tell Lil Durk that, which he didn't, by the way, if you didn't tell Lil Durk that, but you on the phone with random people talking about your homie in that manner, you flawed, you wrong, right? But this is a pattern with Young Thug, by the way. This is a pattern. Because as we see, Young Thug was kicking it with Glorilla, Young Thug was cool with Glorilla, but then we look online when the leaks drop, and Young Thug is talking to his girlfriend about Glorilla like an absolute dog. Bro, this man is shiesty, bro.
I saw the girl, the Gorilla.
Yeah.
Why do people say she pretty? That be ugly.
You think she ugly?
You said it. Like, yeah, they say she ain't ugly. People niggas saying bitch ain't men.
This here is a prime example of what's wrong with a lot of y'all. Y'all be worried about the wrong thing. This man is in jail facing a life sentence on the phone talking to the one woman holding him down. And the thing that he's worried about the most in that moment is letting his girl know how he thinks Glorilla is ugly. This makes no sense whatsoever. Now, a lot of y'all say that this is normal conversation, that y'all be having the same conversations with y'all girls. I've never hopped on the phone with a girl that I'm interested in, and the first thing that I go to is, let me tell her how ugly I think this other girl is. Are you mad? Are you crazy? All right? Crazy, man. Now, Thug, and Thug is the only one, by the way, who gets backlash and flack from this. His girlfriend also gets her karma, and you're about to see why.
They just saying she look like Rihanna.
Man,
you ain't never heard a person compare Glorilla to Rihanna in looks. They don't resemble at all. Not a soul has ever thought this, but she brings this up trying to be funny. Trying to be funny, because she's enjoying the fact that her boyfriend is calling another woman ugly, which goes against her brand and everything she stands for publicly, which is this super peaceful, super zen, tree-hugging, hippie. Whole time, she's actually a catty mean girl behind the scenes.
Be like goddamn Rihanna. Watch that.
Oh, man.
She look like Rihanna. Long ass bullshit ass wig, skinny shit, goddamn big ass head, big mouth. Man, watch out. It's crazy. Probably niggas running around sneaking with a tooth in the hammer.
Oh yeah, I'm sure a lot of niggas in her DM and stuff. Probably.
He one of the niggas.
I be feeling like sometimes a lot of niggas like that. It'll be like, if the girl was regular and you wouldn't try to book the girl, it's just like she got a number one song and
Nigga, oh, let hit her. Man, bitch ain't talking about nothing. I would not pursue her at all, ever. Man, watch out. Watch out. That's my name. All the shit I seen about her. Seen a video of walking past. That big ass out there, like, always laughing, looking at that bitch. She look funny. She look funny. That girl look funny, man. Who the hell pursuing? Who trying to smack this? Man, that like Trippie Redd or some shit trying to get her. You feel me? Ain't no.
Man, Trippie Redd because this girl.
That sounds.
That nigga said a nigga like Trippie.
Welcome to Menlandia, where men can be dudes and dudes can be men.
Can I use natural soap instead of this old?
That sounds like a man trying to convince himself that he won't hit. This is how he's talking, bro. You ain't no men like this, bro. Yo, those are the dudes who talk about big women all the time and they won't touch a big woman. Whole time they sneaking and geeking with big women at 2 a.m. every Friday. That's how they operate, bro. And it looks like that's exactly what it is, because when this conversation leaked, right, not only did it, make a lot of people think a little differently of Young Thug, but it made people think differently of Mariah the Scientist as well. And we'll get to the backlash for that. But before we can even get to the public backlash, Glorilla actually responded back to this leaked audio. And what she reveals actually makes my theory all that more credible. Sounds like Young Thug was trying to convince himself that he don't want to hit. Glorilla took to Twitter to respond to this, and Glorilla says, mind you, this ninja, Thug, by the way, the same dude who's on a jailhouse phone calling her ugly, was apparently blowing up her phone to ask what color eyes she has. Now, Thug ain't no optometrist. Thug don't got contacts himself, and Thug don't give a damn about no eye color, bruh. Thug was shooting his shot and trying to get at her. Young Thug quickly responded back on Twitter to Glorilla, issuing a heartfelt apology because he knew what's up, bruh. Young Thug knew that the next step that Glorilla was gonna take, if he was gonna come back trying to fake and fraud, was she was gonna leak those messages. She was gonna leak their correspondence. She was gonna leak him reaching out trying to, shoot his shot. she was gonna end his relationship, which I believe his relationship is probably already ended. But Young Thug would say, Glow the Official, first of all, I'm sorry to you for my words, and I honestly don't think it at all. I was speaking from jail, just having a hard time with life. What does a hard time with life have to do with Glorilla? How does Glorilla contribute to your hard time in life that you have to come at her? I don't like bashing girls and hardly ever did. I'm sorry to you, twin. Which that's a diss within itself, because Young Thug calling you twin as a woman is a diss. He managed to save his relationship for the moment, I guess, but I don't feel like this relationship is smooth sailing at this point. I feel like Young Thug lost his relationship with Lil Durk, with Gunna, with a lot of other people he been gossiping over those phones about. Glorilla, NBA Youngboy, J. Cole, Andre 3000, Kendrick Lamar. And it looks like he has probably also lost his relationship with Mariah the Scientist. Mariah the Scientist is signed. She's a signed artist. And when you are a signed artist, your label is going to have a say-so in who you're around, how you mingle with them, especially if it's affecting your public relations. Because when this call leaked, people is online pressuring her to not only leave Young Thug, but they're also saying they're done listening to her. People are saying, how much longer you think she's going to get hurt and get the backlash from the audience before she dumps Thug and then turn it back on him? One user said, Mariah the Scientist, a messy, evil, light skin, laughed my eye off, talking about, they said Glorilla looked like Rihanna, just so Thug can saw her more like, oh, bitch, I see you for what you really are now. Now, another user would be a little bit more harsh, and she would say, Glorilla brought out Mariah the Scientist just for that girl to be on the phone with her man calling her ugly, like what? I've seen a lot of those clips circulating where, like, Glorilla is bringing her on stage and they're singing and being friends, and then you cut to the clip of her, like, mocking Glorilla. And somebody says, and Mariah the Scientist, not singing I Fake Too. Another person says, Mariah the Scientist, she weird as F, letting Thug call Glorilla ugly. Glorilla unfollows the backstabbing, fake, blank with low self-esteem. Mariah the Scientist is getting it probably just as bad as Young Thug. And here's the thing. We know there's two things in this world that's for certain. One thing is the day is going to end, and the second thing is the big going to leave when it gets tough. Thug thinking he got her in the bag is over with, bro. You lost your street credibility. You lost your rap credibility. You lost your friendships. And now you're about to lose your chick all over Gunna? Oh, nah, man. The worst part about this Young Thug situation, if you really think about it, is the fact that we haven't even gotten the worst of it. There's still more things coming out. There are going to be more things coming out about Young Thug and what he said on that jailhouse. So Young Thug was talking about everybody. Wack 100, right? And he was on live and he made a claim that he has audio of Young Thug bad-mouthing Drake. If calls come out of Young Thug bashing Drake, it's over with, bro. Drake is Young Thug's only last lifeline. Everybody else around him. But what could Young Thug possibly be saying about Drake?
Then we sent Drake the 28 minutes that we appreciate him cutting his head yesterday. We sent that to Drake, so now he gonna pull back for you.
Damn,
so you ain't got no.
Wait, hold on a second. You saying you doing all this because he disrespected Pete?
That's a fact.
Damn.
Yeah, I don't mind telling you one thing about me. Don't never, if something happened to you, then you Wack did it. If Wack ain't told you it was him, I'm an Aries. I get my satisfaction of you knowing it's me. See, I ain't never stole nothing. I didn't took shit from stealing when you do it behind their back. Taking it from you, looking him in his eyes and he know it's you. I want you to know it's me. You to get out. Young Thug, you back on the fire. Got that going. We got the next clip going to drop probably the next day or so. That's going to be a doozy.
How you feel about that?
Get ready.
I was just about to ask you how you feel about all this shit, how they intertwining the Drake shit in there.
All this is about a fake. All these things are fakes. Drake already got his real content, 28 minutes. I've been cutting his throat. He didn't pay for that not to come out. But it's some other shit with him. He's saying Drake dissing another mother in the song. That intro was whoop to whoop to whoop. So,
and they said Drake got the content.
Tweeting what he tweeting.
But Young Thug paying for that.
Y'all trying to push me out. The rap gang gonna be there without me. Been gone 3 years.
Wack 100 is not bluffing. He's been the orchestrator of a lot of these clips coming out. And he's doing this because Young Thug decided to go after QCP. Well, Thug didn't even go after QCP, but the audio leaked of Young Thug bashing QCP, and Thug never came out and clarified it. Wack 100 and QCP are like this. Wack crashed out on me before.
They said it would take me years to earn a respected MBA. WGU said I could graduate in as little as 12 months. With WGU's 100% online program, I set my own schedule and use my existing knowledge to move through courses faster. The Wall Street Journal even...
Young Thug is officially the biggest clown on the internet, and it's not even close. I don't even think there's a runner-up. I don't even think there's someone we could say in good faith is close to the level of clownery that we see Young Thug exhibit. Young Thug's reaction to these snitching accusations has been disastrous. He's just dropped a song reacting to the snitching accusation again, and that song is disastrous. Young Thug is in a worse spot today than he was yesterday, and that's saying
that nigga said
we
the song
thought
is
the first
disastrous.
record would make everybody forget that Young Thug is a stone cold rat. We thought the first record will restore balance, restore order. But this record that Young Thug just dropped put the nail in his coffin and sealed the deal. We don't want to hear any more, bruh. It's over with. Pack it up, bruh. Put the dress on and go back to Ratlanta, man. Young Thug is attempting Orochimaru's reanimation jutsu, also known as the reincarnation jutsu, where he's trying to summon ninjas from the dead to help him beat the snitch allegation. Do you have no shame, sir? Yo, this man summoned Lil Key from the dead, man. He said, I should have cherished him more than you ninjas. Heartbreak emoji. Bro, how we go from you are rat to you being emo? This is not how you deal with rat allegations, okay? Must you have no shame, sir? Yo, listen, man, no disrespect to these two dudes. I don't know who they are, but he says, I know these two would understand me. Heartbreak emoji. This man is channeling and summoning the dead to help him beat the snitch allegations.
I'm dead.
This man has no shame whatsoever. Now, apparently this ain't enough, right? Summoning the dead to help him beat the snitch allegations, not enough. He paired this up with a new record explaining himself. First off, man, if you got to drop a 6-minute record to let us know how you didn't snitch, use a rap. It's a fact. If you got to rap your butt off for 6 minutes to explain why you ain't a rat, use a rap. I don't got to explain for 6 minutes why I'm not skinny. I'm not skinny. Look at me.
Yeah. See, you can't compare no nigga to me, bro. You know.
Cut it out, man. I don't believe a word a street nigga got to say over those slow song instrumental, bro. Cut it out. Thugger dropping a gospel song before Gunna. Not saying it is so good. No, good. You going out like this in 2025, Thugger?
Niggas real rats around this motherfucker. You dig what I'm saying?
Oh, you don't say. They are, huh?
Yeah, nigga, I did what I did. Trying my best to help my motherfucker brother get the situation he was in, nigga.
Oh, no. We not letting you
this
get that
nigga
on.
crazy.
Right?
He trying to manipulate.
You not that slick, homie. You know, you don't just create new rules for the streets to benefit you, homie. According to Thugger, you could snitch, rat, give information on your personal sound if you snitch it to say the homie, man.
I have no regrets for the face. Spider. But don't get it confused, nigga. Don't get it fucked up, nigga. Ain't no rat to me at all, kid.
This man honestly has no shame. Don't you have shame, sir? Listen, man, snitching is an all or nothing sport, homie. All right? Snitching works like racism, okay? The one drop rule carries across snitching and race. If you 1% black, one drop black, you black. If you got one drop of snitching in you, one drop of rat in your blood, use a rat. And Thugger, man. All right, for you to say you got 0% in you, bro, as if we didn't see the interrogation footage. You sat in them folks' faces for 2 hours, gave them your personal phone number, and ate a bologna sandwich as you name dropped every homie on your block. Oh, cut it out, man.
And it's a bit different between me and y'all. Y'all nigga pointing niggas out and say they did the crime. Nigga, I said he did, you did.
Thug, come on, man. Have some decorum, bro. You can't re-adjudicate the case outside of court. You've already presented this evidence. You've presented this on Twitter, right? And the IGA Council of Nasir, they took in your facts and your consideration and the facts of the case, and they came to a decision that you are a rat. Right? Presenting the same evidence over an instrumental ain't gonna come up with a different solution, homie, or a different judgment. The judgment has been made.
Hiding in a house, they gon' get your cuss, buddy.
Still talking that gangsta-ish, man, as if we ain't hear you tell them folks you was parched and needed something to wash down the bologna sandwich and grant a safe passage down your esophagus. Nah, man, you boys crazy as hell, man.
Gonna wreck, yeah, wreck, slug a wreck, wounded wreck. Fuck that nigga Obama. He still mad about baby mama.
So somehow you're able to identify all rats within 100 feet, but you can't spot that. Never mind.
My brother living life for me, that's love, but pussy, you killed a kid, that ain't stepping.
Watching someone who lacks this much self-awareness is disturbing. And the song, I'll be real, it's not really hitting, resonating, bro. You'll be hard-pressed to find a good comment or a good reaction to this song online. One user issued a sentiment I've heard from a lot of users, and that is, yo, Thug listed all the rats in Atlanta, but he didn't list himself. Why? Again, if he was self-aware, he would know. One user says Thug is why. Another says he forgot to name himself. This was, a pretty common comment, right? What happened, Thug? Why you ain't name yourself? Right? Somebody says 5 minutes of straight booty. This can't be my Thugger MFer. Nah, it's Thugger MFer now. Let this be a lesson to a lot of y'all, man. A lot of y'all watching, we can let the jokes fly, but let this be a lesson, bro. To always be yourself. and to always be self-aware and to leave people alone. To me, that's the most important lesson. Leave people alone. If you don't like someone's life choices, separate yourself and go about your separate ways. But when you heard Young Thug on that phone with 21 Savage, and Young Thug was talking as if he had Gunna's career in his palm, talking about, man, listen, when I come home, his career is in my hands. All I gotta do is just let the world know that he's a rat and it's over with. He truly thought that he could disturb what God had in store for Gunna. And that's what he's currently learning right now. Bro, you don't dictate nobody's future. You don't dictate where someone's blessing is gonna come. You don't dictate, right?
All right, nigga. Get back to these jail calls.
It looks like Wack 100 has made good on the threats he made to Young Thug. Yesterday, Wack 100 promised to ruin Young Thug relationships by the time he's done with him. And this is all revenge for Young Thug going at QCP, who got a really close relationship with Wack 100. Yesterday, Wack 100 said that he had a 28-minute audio of Young Thug talking trash about Drake, and he actually sent the audio to Drake. Well, the people who are giving the audio to Wack 100 and others, they're giving it to multiple people. And even though Drake tried his hardest to convince Wack not to drop it, it looks like somebody else have leaked that same audio, and now we know exactly what Young Thug said about Drake. We also found out, because another piece of audio dropped, where Young Thug is talking about Future. And if Future hears what Young Thug had to say about him, they would never be friends again. There ain't no squashing this, it's over with.
Yo, so I don't know how to play this, but, you know, so Drake called me last night, and there's some song that I guess you and Travis had done.
Yeah.
And he had, like, added to it, and, like, Metro produced it.
Yeah.
And he had done it for his album, and his album is coming out Friday, right?
Metro, right?
Nah, so Drake had done some stuff on it, and Drake was going to put it on Drake's album. And Drake's album comes out Friday.
Yeah.
And I guess, like, Drake had turned his album in and then tried to get it cleared, and Metro was like, nah, like, I don't like what you did with it. And then saying he wasn't in the right headspace, and Drake, like, called me last night, like, trying to be, you know, like, he's like, man, I wanted to put Thug on the album. I wanted to, you know, like show how much I support, you know what I mean? Because the album's going to be big or whatever. And he was kind of calling me, asking me, like, is there any way or anything I could think of how to help him?
That's Young Thug's manager, by the way, on the phone. That's GL. But this call explains everything. It connects the dots for everything that took place over the last year and a half or 2 years. Metro and Drake relationship got strained because Drake was trying to get Metro to go back to work a little too quickly while he was grieving his mother. Metro's mother died the month before. It was 3 weeks later, Drake trying to get this album cleared and the song cleared. Metro ain't really trying to do nothing right now. So that made Metro really mad at Drake. That led Metro to drop a diss album with Future called We Don't Trust You towards Drake. Now, on the Drake diss album that they dropped, Kendrick Lamar had a feature on Like That. That feature is Kendrick Lamar dissing Drake. That led to Drake and Kendrick Lamar entering into a rap beef that now leads to where we're at now in rap, where it's completely divided, there's stand wars, and nobody gets along, right? So Young Thug, though, I'll be real, if Drake would have listened to Young Thug, Drake wouldn't be in this situation. Like, Drake would have avoided a lot of headaches. Drake wouldn't be suing UMG. Drake wouldn't be dealing with, you know, the most demoralizing, catastrophic defeat we've ever seen in rap history. Young Thug is, not telling Drake, but he's telling Gio, bruh, like, bro, Metro mom just died, bruh. Like, Young Thug now wants us to call Metro on behalf of, Drake wants us to call Metro on behalf of him? Man, cut it out, bruh. And Young Thug broke down exactly why Drake is flawed and Drake is wrong in the moment, which is why I really don't see this as Young Thug talking trash about Drake. I see this as Young Thug telling the truth about Drake.
Or help the situation, because it would be a big look for you to be on that album, especially after, like, the Summer Jam. Like, we got 35,000 signatures on the petition. Like, things are going in a good direction, you know what I mean? But
and what the petition is for?
The petition is, like, to protect black
art.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we got, like, 35,000 people signed that already.
What are they trying to get to?
Say it again?
What number are they trying to get to?
There's no particular number. It's just, like, to keep raising awareness, you know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, if we get to 50,000, that's pretty solid, you know?
Yeah. What you think? What you?
Drake is a shrewd operator, man. And honestly, this here makes Drake looks horrible, and it really makes us rethink, like, this perception we have of Drake. Drake is presenting this as, man, I'm trying to get the song clear because it'll be a good look for Thug to have Thug on the album, bro. Man, listen, man, this for Thug. So Drake is using Young Thug's situation of being in jail to convince and manipulate Metro to clear the song. Young Thug reads through it like a book.
I'm just asking your opinion, like, you know, obviously it's a sensitive time for Metro, so it's, like, kind of a weird thing to, like, call him about.
It's definitely going to call him about it. I don't understand how anybody could approach him about music right now. So that's why I'm just saying, like, it ain't nothing I could even think to say. Even if I be like, bro, you know, it's really just about supporting me, bro, and just, you know, trying to get us out and just get us back with y'all and just woo-woo. But it's like, your mama dead, so it's like, she ain't never coming back. Like, nigga F Thug trying to get out of jail, like, nigga, what? Nigga ain't even in the right headspace. Nigga trying to hurt himself. You think a nigga what? You think a nigga finna tell Drake, man, I don't like that. No, I ain't clean it. You think a nigga finna tell Drake that? He told Drake that he meant it.
Right.
If you tell Drake this, you meant it. And Drake's so stupid, he probably just think the stupidest condolences, like, yeah, bro, sorry for moms, and you know I'm here for you, bro, whatever you need. Just like something stupid, instead of giving a nigga some wisdom or something real, you probably just say some crazy stuff on the phone, which is, you still genuine, you know what I'm saying? But you probably say something like that, and then you come right back 2-3 weeks later, like, yo, let me get this on. Don't even, you call a nigga in jail, fighting for his life, come out, that's the way you can, man, what you mean? That's the, man, you need to get into the president, Drake, that's what you need to do. Like, I'm dealing with a serious situation, I don't give no about no album. Like, it's a cool look, whoop-de-doo, nigga, I'm fighting my life, you think about the album, nigga, sign a partition, nigga, put the partition up on your page, like, I got that album. It's not a great look for an album. That's the album. You know, album. These motherfucking real sentences. Nigga mama died. You know, album. This nigga mama died. I'm dealing with real life shit. Travis got goddamn 11 murders on his hand. Nigga, you know, get your mustache back. Goddamn.
Nigga say
you know,
Travis
I
had
get it though.
11 murders.
Like if it was me, I'd be like, yeah, bro, go ahead and do it. But Metro ain't me. Like.
At Wells Fargo, we get it. Carlo started his business to obsess over things like basting, butter bait.
Y'all need to get me out of jail. Drake, go talk to the president. Hey man, let my little brother out. Go partner, go do something. Go talk to the president, get me out, show me that. I'm calling me tonight. Fix something for you to have a song from a nigga. Man, nigga, I don't give a fuck about no song. I don't care about making music ever again. You see what I'm going through about music? Damn, I got that song, but sure, nigga. Song got me in jail. What are you talking about?
And Young Thug called Drake stupid. I don't even think Young Thug was trying to insult Drake or even see that as an insult. He really and truly feels like Drake is stupid. Young Thug views himself as a genius. We've seen Young Thug describe himself as such, like in multiple interviews. He sees himself as like a thinker. But like the ironic part about this too is Young Thug like brags about how much he's a thinker, how smart he is, how much of a genius he is, but he don't know that Drake can't just pick up the phone and call the president to pardon you. And even if Drake was able to pull that off, the president can't pardon you. You have a state RICO. There's nothing the president can do for you in that particular, right? So like he brags about how smart he is, but don't even know, yo, the president can't pardon you from a state RICO.
I always look at myself like I'm bigger than anybody in the world. People can't think like me. People got people to think for them. I think for people.
Hey man, and I did see the No Jumper interview, and I talked with Adam. I was in London at the same time, and he was like, man, he said I got Thug yesterday. And I was like, damn, because you down there unicorn to a lot of us. You know what I'm saying? But I remember you said even when he asked you about the Kanye running for president, and the way that you answered that was like, I'm a thinker. You know what I'm saying? You was like Kanye, but they took the clickbait and they made it sound different. But you was like Kanye jump out without thinking. Do you really think about without overthinking, but think about what those next moves are always?
Sometimes I hurt myself. Sometimes it hurts me. Like when I leave out of your door, when I get on your elevator, I'm gonna press the down button on the elevator. When the elevator opens, I'm gonna I'm gonna look at the wall and see if I can see a body part on the other side of the elevator. Like it's just I done did it so much. It's just like, but it hurts sometimes because it's like people will be like, yo, come on, let's go, we gotta go.
Right.
And I'll be like, oh shit,
Do you sleep well?
No.
Yeah. And are you always firing off things? Like always thinking?
Always.
I need you as my roommate.
Thug talks about himself how Steve Jobs and Mark Zuckerberg talk about themselves, bro. From Young Thug perspective, he's Einstein. So when he looks at how Drake maneuvered, he probably looks at Drake like, bro, that's stupid, right? Like if you wanted Metro to do this record, you could have like checked in from day one, pulled up on him, chill with him, hung out with him, right? Be there for him every day, and then by week 3 you can ask for a record. But you don't, like spring that on him when you probably only hit him once since his mom died, and the second time was for a record. That's wrong. I think in this situation, if this is true, then Young Thug is correct. Now I reached out to Drake's camp, and what I was told from someone within Drake's camp was that Metro was already back to doing music. That Metro was doing music with Future after his mother passed. And Drake seen that Metro was back to doing music, and he tapped in to get his record cleared. And I was also told, the record was finished. Drake didn't want or need Metro to make any changes. I'm not defending it, by the way. I'm just saying that's what their thought process was. We just needed him to let the record label know that it was cleared. We didn't want him to make any alterations. We didn't want him to go to a studio and work. Just clear the record that we have already done. Metro said he don't want to clear it because it wasn't his vision, and he needs to tweak it because he don't like what Drake did with it. So that's what it was, right? Now, if Metro is doing a song with Future, I don't feel like that right there is cause for Drake to still call in, right? You could probably call and ask him if he says, listen, not right now. Maybe the shit with Future is his passion project. Maybe that's how he's getting his emotions out, right? That's not like a green light to come and start asking about music because you see me, I guess, in the studio with Future, right? Now, the Drake stuff with Metro, I don't think he can be upset about. But if I'm Drake, I'm very upset because I've been posting petitions for you. If you're Thug, I've been posting free. Gave Young Thug's management the runaround. Future gave him all type of excuses as to why he didn't want to do it or why he can't do it, and that pissed off Young Thug.
I don't know. I do not understand.
I was on the phone with this nigga last night. This nigga said, man, I told him I ain't want to do the show because I ain't want to feel like I was stealing your shine. I said, what are you talking about?
Yes, that's not the. It's not the.
And that's not the meaning, but you just don't want to do it, so you just like making something up.
Yeah, like that ain't.
I'm just trying to say, like, every time a nigga get locked up or something happens to a nigga, y'all can just replace him. Like, you can't be replacing. I was on the phone with that nigga last night. He was like, man, you can't.
No, I know.
I was trying to. Oh, it was you I was on the phone with?
Yeah.
You heard this weirdo man?
Yeah.
Like, nigga crazy. Like, you just so goofy and lame. You just like, man, get it on him. But like, It wouldn't even be no question if it was the other way.
Correct.
That's what I respect about these niggas. And Mariah been telling me too. She's like, man, you got to stop being like super duper selfless because people like try to do you wrong. And I see it, I notice it. But the crazy part is every girl who I talk to tell me that. Every girl, it ain't even just her. Every girl, Rika done told me this a million times. Armin done told me this a million times. Like, a real million times. Like, stop being so nice to these niggas, because these niggas be like, fake trying to text your girls and fake DMing. And
oh, nobody count more favor than a ninja in jail, man. When they can't pick up that phone and call you and get you right away, it goes to voicemail. When they calling you for some paper, but you don't got it. Nobody count more favors than a ninja in jail, man. Because the first time that phone go to voicemail, they start wondering, huh? Your phone go to voicemail, but bro, I bonded you out when you was in jail. Huh? When your daughter needed new shoes for school, I bought that. And now you can't pick up my phone? I'm telling you, man. Thug probably did a lot for Future. Thug probably did a lot for Future. When Future called, he's there with any features. Now, he's in jail, and Future can't do a free Young Thug concert. He ain't even, ask for the number. He just said, man, I don't want to do it. Now, if I'm Thug, I'll probably be pissed as well.
My fault, y'all nigga locked in.
But Thug is counting the favors to me. Right? That's he's counting favors. Like, hey, bro, I did a lot for you, homie.
To start thinking about that.
Why
That's how niggas do be.
Well, you can't do a free Thug concert. That's crazy. But their issue started way before here. Way before this. Their issue started when Thug was in the free world. Thug would talk about how Future would act crazy and fake when the females come around. And that's when he knew he can't really come around Future no more because Future was a fake person.
Like, me and him ain't been, you ain't never just paid attention. Me and him ain't been tight in a minute.
Yeah.
And it's because he do a little lame jump, like, call me to the studio. So I pull up to the studio, chilling with him. You ask me what to say on the song and how you should start off your song. Then there's girls in the room. Now you acting like you don't hear me telling you that. Because there's girls in here, like, just like little fake nigga like that, like little stuff like that. I don't be liking that nigga. I'm a player. Like, what's wrong with you? You're trying to, I don't know what kind of image you trying to get off to these girls, but you're an idiot, nigga. Like, everything you know, a nigga teaching you. I done taught you. Like, cut it out, bro. Like, but nigga just, he by himself, he just be all ears, bro. Like, and that's the crazy part. Like, when I talk to him about God, when I talk to him about certain things, he just don't know that he things. He don't know nothing but music. And when I talk to him about stuff, he just like all ears. But when anytime people around, he try to ignore it. When there's people around, he'll walk to his room, do other miscellaneous stuff when people be around us, and I be talking to him because he just feel like, man, you can't be trying to talk to me like that in front of people. But I ain't talking to him no certain type of way. I'm just putting him down. I'm giving him game. Like, yeah, bro, we can't be like that and be like this because God, this ain't the move. He'll like walk off, or he'll make like he texting while nigga talking, little stuff like that. So I just stopped going around him.
The new Crafted Flats from Pizza Hut. 5 handcrafted recipes with more toppings, all for you. There's no...
Your favorite rapper has a borderline autistic IQ, 50. Thug probably has a below average IQ. Thug probably has an 85 or 80 IQ, right? 85. So because Thug has a below average, kind of normal-esque IQ, he feels like he's Steve Jobs. He feels like he's Mark Zuckerberg, bro. Right? He feels like he's Walt Disney when he's talking to a rapper like Future with a 50 IQ. But even though they have a 50 IQ, their sense of self and their ego is through the roof. So Future, being slow, he is willing to listen when it's only him and Young Thug and he can, get the game. But when he's in a room with the women or with his entourage, they know Future as the boss man. They know Future as that guy. So Future ain't trying to listen to Thug when Thug around trying to give him game or trying to put him on with other.
And because Young Thug younger type shit. Young Thug younger than Future. So he probably look dumb getting game from a younger nigga. But he need that game. I think he finna hit 300K and shit.
You can't pay me to be Gunna right now after this Young Thug interview. Because before this interview, a lot of us looked at Gunna as the victim, Young Thug as the petty, spiteful, vindictive ninja. But after this interview, and if you were one of the 100,000+ people watching this live, you walked away from this interview probably on Young Thug's side, or probably feeling differently about Young Thug than you felt before the interview. I'm convinced that the majority of people who was clowning Thug, attacking Thug throughout this week, Thug won over everybody, man. That's just a fact. If you watch this interview, Thug came across honest, genuine, passionate. Thug really poured his eyes out, and Thug put things into perspective, man. Because what a lot of us thought was Thug is this petty, vindictive dude who's trying to run everybody, who's trying to control people's life, who's trying to gossip. And he went down the list. He addressed everything and didn't shy away from nothing. The first thing he addressed is the Gunna situation. why are you so hard on Gunna, man? Because a lot of us look at Gunna as like the victim, as this quiet dude who's just trying to make music and live, and Thug is just keep on picking at him. Thug broke down why he's taking this Gunna thing personally and why he believes Gunna is a rat, even though a lot of us say Gunna just took a plea deal.
I'm a twin, bro. I don't got my friends, bro. I just fuck, bro. Nigga, why people every day I don't got no, bro. Fuck,
I watched the interview.
Bro, I don't know what to do, bro. Like, and I ain't lose no nigga to tragic. Or now I lost a nigga to betrayal, bro. You signing that one piece of paper, signing your initial on this one piece of paper could get me a life sentence, my nigga. Like, what? Come on, bro. I get a life sentence all this piece of paper you signed, bro. Just cause you trying to get home fast, or you just trying to get to a hole, or you just doing a certain thing, bro. And you already done betrayed a nigga before, bro. Damn. A piece of paper, nigga, go there, a piece of paper, and all this shit. Nigga, we men, bro. We brothers, nigga. Ain't no nigga in the world making me go get Gunna. No nigga, bro.
We be having a lot to say about street dudes on this particular channel. Y'all know it, bro. But what Young Thug just says expands beyond the streets, and it expands beyond just this court case, man. Think about what Young Thug just said. Think about the principle and the context he just said, yo. Put yourself in a room with your best friend. Y'all in a room and y'all trapped. And the people who got y'all trapped in the room come and say, yo, here's a piece of paper. The first person to sign this piece of paper gets to leave this room, but your homie is gonna die. And you say, man, I ain't signing that paper, bro. All right? I ain't signing that paper. Listen, man, me and my best friend gonna fight out the situation or else we both die. But I ain't gonna sign this paper and kill my best friend. You crazy? You said, nah, I ain't signing it. And then you look over and your best friend is taking that pen and signing it with the intent that if he leaves this room, you are going to die. And he's comfortable and okay with signing that paper and leaving you for dead. He signs it and walks out the room. When he walks out the room and the door closes, you start to fight your way out of it. And you start swinging, flipping chairs, whatever. And you find a way to defeat the people who got you in the room, and you leave the room. And now you're free and safe. Do you go back to liking the best friend who signed the paper, not knowing you were going to make it out this room, thinking you were probably going to die in this room? You'll probably hate him too. When Thug put it into perspective, this is where you got to understand him. Now, let's make it even worse. The person you were trapped in the room with is someone that you took care of, gave millions of dollars to, took care of their mama, took care of their kids, took the shirt off your back and gave it to him when you ain't have a shirt to put on.
Hey,
and they did that to you.
That interview got bro
I had
thinking.
that man every day since 2000.
Oh God, that how had me feeling like that
every day,
when I first.
I made that man I made him a millionaire. Like, I bought his first apartment that he lived in. I bought it with my money. I made him put his money up. Keep your money. I bought it with my money because I had some little extras. I bought that shit. I went half and half with you to buy your mama house. Your mama first house, get her out of the hood. I did that. Me.
Transform trillions of signals into relevant reach.
Fuck something, man.
I told you to go down there to the country town to get your daddy, no matter what your differences is with your daddy. I told you that. I know for a fact, me personally, I know your dad don't look at you like a real nigga. I know that. It's my man. Your dad is my OG. You don't look at you like that. I made you go get your dad. I made you reunite with your family and do the right thing. I just poured my all into him, bro. I gave him more time than my children, bro. I gave him more time than my kids. I gave him more time than my old lady. Like, I poured my life into these people, bro.
This interview forced us to really go back and look at Gunna's plea deal. And if you look at the plea deal, Gunna agreed to testify against Thug. Now he never had to testify. It was never used against Thug in court. He never really had to come to court and testify, but he agreed to testify. So if you're looking at it from a street perspective and you're a Thug and you're a Gunna, if you agree to testify against your brother, if you agree that when push comes to shove, if y'all need me to testify against Thug, I'm gonna come and testify against Thug. And you can't plead the fifth for the things you already pled guilty to in that plea deal. So if you had to take the stand and say YSL is a gang, you would have had to do that because that's what you already agreed to in the plea deal. The Fifth Amendment, to plead the fifth, would be I'm pleading the fifth to things that I could potentially go to jail for in the future. YSL is a gang, and those things that you already pled guilty towards, you can't plead the fifth to that.
Facts.
So if you're signing that plea deal not knowing that these folks would never call you, you're signing it with thinking and knowing they're going to call me one day to testify, and you were comfortable doing that. If you look at the highlighted area, it says, if called by any party in this case, you would testify truthfully, but reserve your right to assert your Fifth Amendment privilege against self-incrimination. Gunna agreed to this. So he agreed to testify against Thug. He just never had to testify against Thug.
We going in the trial saying that YSL is not a gang. Now, you got Gunna and the rest of these 7 niggas take a plea and say YSL is a gang. Except Duke. Everybody else who took a plea said YSL is a gang. Now, my lawyer, now we having a meeting, all the lawyers having a round table meeting. Now, all the lawyers saying YSL ain't no gang. These are the points we're going to hit. This is what we're going to do. YSL not a gang. This is what we're going to. All lawyers are aligned. 100% all yeah. This is what we're doing. Hold on. Break. Now this nigga take a plea and say it is gang. Now these 7 niggas take a plea and say it is gang. Now they going back into the drawing board. Now the lawyer going to the drawing board like, well, now we talking to the jurors. First we telling the jurors YSL ain't a gang. Now we going back to the jurors and say, well, some people might say it's a gang, but we ain't a part of that part of it. We a part of the record label part.
You agreed to testify, you never really did, but you agreed to testify if you had to. And based on what you did, I had to change up my entire defense, which gave me a lesser percentage of actually defeat in this RICO because of what you did. Now, here's where Young Thug, I guess, messes up, right? Young Thug messes up because Young Thug is more mad at certain people than the other, right? Like, for example, Young Thug would say, yo, DK and others, they're wrong, they're flawed for taking the exact same plea deal that Gunna took, but he's less mad at them because he believed that Gunna took the plea deal first.
What about who actually started YSL too? Didn't they take their plea before Gunna? No, he the first plea.
For real?
Gunna took the first. He know that. You know that.
I didn't know that.
Gunna took the first plea.
I thought them niggas already telling them.
No, Gunna took the. They had already told back in the day on crimes and shit that they was involved in. And all that.
On the Rico?
No,
See, look.
The Rico came in 2022.
I'm thinking.
The Rico came March 9th, 2022, man.
What's the little dude?
I mean, May 9th.
From your hood. That's
DK.
Started, and who is another one too?
Slug?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm thinking that them two already saying like just say Vincent, that me, Shy, and Cuz started the game, right?
Yes.
And we all identify as the 3 founders.
Right.
And we signed Thug. And the 2 founders saying, yeah, it's a game. But Bank saying it's not. How is Thug wrong for just being an artist by saying it is too? That's what I'm thinking happened.
No, that ain't what happened. That ain't what happened, man. The first plea took was Gunna plea.
Yeah.
Ever. The first plea took was Gunna. All them took pleas after Gunna. Everybody took the plea after Gunna. I can't even be as mad at them as I can be as him. I should, because y'all still grown men. No matter what the niggas say, y'all grown men. Just like me. When he said YSL was a game, the smartest thing for me to do is say, yeah, it is a game. One of the niggas who they saying is a founder of it, he not even a founder. One of the niggas who they saying is a founder of it, that came on out, took a plea and said it's a game. You'll be a mother idiot to sit in here saying that it's not a game.
That's where Young Thug messed up at. That's where he messed up at. Because Thug would say that DK and others would be an idiot if they didn't take the plea deal and say YSL is a gang, because Gunna already did it first, which is why he's mad at Gunna and not really them for what they did in the YSL trial, but he's really mad at them for them snitching before the trial. And which is why he gave his brother an excuse and told his brother, hey, you take the plea deal, you go home. Because, everybody else already took a plea. So by Thug's logic, people who take a plea after the first person took a plea, they good, they solid, they ain't really rats, because, like everybody else already took the plea. Well, by this logic, then Thug is essentially exonerating Gunna. Because DK took the plea deal first.
Yeah.
You see, Thug is under the impression that Gunna took the plea deal first. No, DK took the plea deal first, and the paperwork proves it. The first document is DK's plea. If you look at DK's plea in the upper right, the date says 12/13/2022. DK pled guilty December 13th of 2022. If you look in the far right of Gunna's plea deal, it says 12/15/2022. So DK took the plea deal, and then Gunna took the plea deal. So by Young Thug's logic, he's not as mad as Gunna, or he at least understands Gunna taking the plea deal, and he believes Gunna would be a fool not to take the plea deal. So by that logic, then he should forgive Gunna. But I don't feel like Thug feels this way. I feel like Thug really do feel like, hey, bruh, you signed that paper with the intent, knowing that you were going to throw me under the bus and I could possibly do life in prison, and you signed it agreeing to testifying against me if you have to. I can never rock with you again. Gunna has been quiet. And him being quiet and letting kind of like the public iron it out, because I feel like right now there is a shifting guard, and people for the most part is sick and tired of street dudes in the streets. So when Thug came out and it felt like antagonizing and picking at Gunna while Gunna's been quiet, a lot of people felt like Thug was, like kind of like being a bully, which is why a lot of people was on Gunna's side. Now, Thug would actually speak on Gunna's silence. And he would say, Gunna is being quiet because he's strategic. He ain't reach out behind the scenes to, to talk to me or I send a text because he's being strategic, right? Like, he wants to kind of be quiet and have no record out there of any statements because he kind of wants the people, to feel sympathy for him.
Come on, bro.
Me personally, as a man, me knowing him, he's smarter than he look. Gunna's a smart man. He let his silence make you think other things about him. He's a smart man. He's strategic. I taught him how to be. The thing about it is, when it come down to being real, the strategicness go away from me. When it come to being a man, like standing on man business, a man. I know how to be strategic, but I forget to be strategic when it comes to that. I'm gonna say the truth. I'm gonna pour it out what it's supposed to be. Life to him is just all about being strategic. It ain't about nothing about being a real man or like coming to grips with what's going on or just like knowing, like I did that. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna always be some strategic shit behind it.
So you just, like, it just came out the blue. Usually when niggas, if you the nigga you described, you would have been saw that though. So you saying this just came out the blue with that case?
Gunna gotta speak, man. Gunna has to speak. He has to, bruh. We gotta hear what was going through your mind, Gunna. Because, Thug did a brilliant job, man. He took this from street court and put it in a friendship. The devil works hard, but Young Thug enemies work harder, bruh. Like, Young Thug did this 2-hour-plus interview, spewing out his feelings, breaking everything down. And within hours of that interview dropping, Young Thug enemies already had another plan to destroy his life some more. And it's gotten to a point where Young Thug has completely submitted defeat. He's conceded and he is begging for it to stop. He can't take no more. The leaked jail calls have been the biggest source of misery for Thug as of lately. So during this interview with Big Bank, he tried to offer up some type of anecdote explanation for exactly why he was saying the things he said about people while on the phone. Because from Thug's perspective, he doesn't know how much more of these calls they got. Because Thug was in jail for 3 years. So they theoretically got 3 years worth of calls where Thug is gossiping and talking trash about various people. So Thug tells Bank that the reason why that he was talking about these people and doing the things he were doing is because of this.
I'm gonna keep real with you, son. Like, coming out of jail, I'm like, what the f this nigga doing, bro? Like, it's like you ain't learn your lesson and all this shit. On hearing these calls, talking on the phone, like, what the hell wrong with this nigga? Hey, you know, nigga, I know you was in the plan, right? Absolutely. Like, it's like, do you not understand your prayers got answered? Yeah, you understand that, but you also listen to people tell you, like, well, you the wizard. You ain't going to prison. And then you gotta understand, man, I was in jail 3 years, bro. Like, I was praying 3 whole years. At some point, I started thinking, like, the prayers ain't working. You know what I'm saying? That too. Like, I'm going through shit every day. I'm looking at my best friend, them do what they do. I'm looking at this. I'm looking at certain shit. And it's making me feel how I'm feeling. Like, I ain't never been in the pillow talk. I ain't never been in the talk about nobody else in my life on the phone with nobody else. I've never been that type of nigga. I've been, these last few days, I've been sitting around like, what's I thinking? Like, what am I doing? I think I was just so f***ed up, and I just felt like it was just over.
I was locked up, which is why I was doing or saying the things I was saying. To me, is a way of dodging accountability. You're not really taking responsibility for what you did or truly reflecting how you understand how messed up what you did was. It's, man, I was locked up, man. Man, come on, bro. Y'all don't expect me to gossip while locked up, man? That's not accountability, right? That's you making excuses and deflecting, right? Because regardless of being locked up, I've never been locked up, so I can't speak for being locked up. Maybe y'all can, but I can't imagine the circumstance that will put me in a mindset where I'm talking trash about people that I've built meaningful relationships with. During the interview, Thug also said, hey, bro, me and the people who I was talking about on those jail calls that got leaked, me and them are still cool. We all still locked and we all still brothers because they understand the situation. They understand what was going on. Revealing that to me was a mistake because the people who are releasing these show your face in public no more. Like, you would be just filled with embarrassment.
What's up?
Hello.
Sandwich, what you doing?
Hey, that's it, lady. How are you?
You at home?
Yeah, I'm at home.
What's up with you, baby? I miss your pin.
I don't know. I wasn't expecting your call. So, my heart is beating fast right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm happy that I make you feel like that for sure.
Crazy.
I wonder what the y'all gonna do when I see you.
Oh my God, I don't know. Know what I would do.
I wonder what
Oh my gosh. So what?
I wonder what your shit gonna do when I see you.
I have no idea. Oh my gosh. It's ridiculous.
Why do you think it's ridiculous? I like it.
I mean, it's good, but like, it still happens. Like, what? Like 2 years.
Yeah, it's definitely been 2 years.
It's crazy.
Yes. When you plan on having kids? Like, what age?
Age out.
Tell you.
It's one of those things that sometimes you just so wrong, man, you can't even explain it, bro. Like, you know you're dirty. Like, you know you filed for that, man. Right? You can't even explain it. Yo, Mariah the Scientist has been out here as a hot commodity, bro. Like, rappers is on her. She's like, they had her. And she been holding it down, ain't really been linked to nobody at all, holding you down. And she got to look on the internet to see you telling this random chick you trying to get her pregnant. Nah, come on, bro. That's dirty. Like, that's nasty. To me, this was the audio right here that really affected Thug the most. Because I feel like Thug, while in jail, he got to a point where he realized, man, that the homies, the friends, the Brettas, the gang, the Slams, right? He realized at some point, bro, he can't really trust none of them. Right? That friends or his brothers, they're a rotating door, and you really don't know what they're gonna do unless that time comes, right? Like, you really don't know how loyal or how much you could trust them until it's time to be loyal and trust them. But with Mariah, he never really had a reason not to trust her. She's always been like that stable force in his life. Them leaking that call really did a number on Thug, because this is the one of the only calls where Thug is actually taking the Twitter to write a paragraph about it. So Thug took to his Twitter page to respond back to the call being leaked of him cheating on Mariah, and he wrote, "My baby, I was wrong, and I'm sorry for what I put you through. You deserve better from me. Thank you for everything, and I would do anything to make this work. You showed me what love is, and I hope I haven't lost you forever." So it looks like he lost her for the now, though. At least for the now, he lost her. So it looks like after that leak call, she broke it off with him. She said, "Nah, I can't do this no more, man," which is expected, man. Yo, she already getting backlash or flack for being on that call with you while you was talking about Glorilla. Her numbers is going down. She's losing followers, streams going down, and then you embarrass her and make it pretty clear that, hey, bro, she has no reason to be loyal to you because you're not loyal to her. So her suffering essentially is in vain. Right? And he responded back, "Everybody leave her out of this, please. She's an innocent girl and feels bad about all of this. Please give her peace." This is him letting them know, hey, bro, she had nothing to do with me talking about Glorilla. Yeah, she added in some comments here and there, man, but please, man, she's innocent, leave her alone. Mariah followed this up by taking an Instagram with these, I guess, lyrics from one of her songs. And the lyrics reads, "Tell me love and hatred doesn't coexist. Surely I reply, this what resentment is. I was naive, not ignorant. So much for my innocence now. Love me, leave me, let me down." He did call her innocent, so I guess this is like a direct response to his tweet. Damn. And she also responded back and says, "I put forth an open heart and I've been hurt. Looking back in retrospect, that ain't what I deserve. Wanted back in blood, and blood I'm going to get, and still I pray for love instead of common sense." Listen, man, when she starts talking about getting back in blood, bro, she might go the Saweetie route. Saweetie, after her breakup with Quavo, or during, like, after finding out that Quavo, I guess, cheated on her, bro, Saweetie went and smashed Offset, bro. She smashed everybody in the industry, bro, right, trying to get back at Quavo. Now, all that really did, to be honest, was kind of make Saweetie career decline faster, make her look a little crazy, kind of ruin her public name, and put her in shame for perpetuity, right? And Saweetie ain't been the same since then. But, like, can I see Mariah Scientist doing that? Probably not, bro. Like, I feel like she's too innocent and sweet, so I don't feel her, like, going back and trying to smash Thug Ops, but I feel like Thug may have lost her forever, man.
Nigga talking about leave
Thug was
out of
scheduled to
this.
go on Aiden Ross's stream before the leak call of
This
the
nigga
over
crazy.
Mariah Scientist. After that call leaked, you can tell this was the one that really affected Thug, because after that call leaked, Thug canceled his appearance with Aiden Ross. And then he came back to Twitter to let everyone know that he's done. He's done with everything. He's completely done with this. Young Thug tweeted, "Chapter ended, heart emoji. To everyone involved in this situation, I'm sorry this happened, and I hope you guys can forgive me. I'm moving forward with my life. Thank you, God, flaws and all." I think chapter ended is more so him not really addressing his Mariah Scientist relationship. I don't feel like he means that chapter has ended. I think he's still trying to, hold on to that. I feel like what Thug is saying right here is, yo, I'm done talking. Like, I'm not addressing this anymore. I'm not doing no more interviews talking about this. I'm completely done with this. Whatever y'all think of me, bruh, but I'm not giving this any more energy. I'm going radio silent. Which, if you're in a position of Young Thug, you kind of have to go down that route. For lack of better words, you're currently in a 20v1 because of your particular actions and what you've done. A lot of people don't like you, and a lot of people have a vendetta against you because of what you did to these people. So when you're in a 20v1 and you're being attacked from multiple sides, the best thing you can do, man, is just concede, take the L, and go away. But trying to fight all 20 at the same time, almost like 99.9% of the time, result in a defeat. Even though Thug announced that he's done talking, he's done addressing the situation, that doesn't mean the people who don't like him or his enemies are done as well. Because during this interview, Thug name dropped a lot of people, and those people issued their responses today. So one of the people that Thug, I guess, addressed or responded back to is Rollo. Because like when the news first dropped that Thug may have been snitching or the interrogation footage, Rollo had his things to say, calling Thug divisive, calling Thug an enemy to Atlanta, and calling Thug a rat. Well, during this interview with Big Bang, Young Thug responded back to Rollo, and he claimed that he has 100% proof that Rollo had all intentions of taking a stand and snitching on him and wife and Lucci.
Bro, I was at the thing I don't like about what Rollo said is, why is you painting that picture knowing that I'm the reason a lot of niggas fool with each other? And the DA just painted the same picture. That's police shit, bro. You can't get on the internet and say, fuck, we really divided the city. How the hell did I divide the city? I brought the city together.
That's what I'm making a point when you said, how could Rollo do that? I'm showing you how he could.
No, because I done had conversation with him too.
Oh.
I done had conversation with Rollo too many times before he ran. I done had too many conversations with the boy. I wasn't even tripping on him ranting because it don't got nothing to do with me. I'm mad that you did what wrong because I look at you like a real nigga. It don't got nothing to do with me, so I ain't tripping. I ain't gonna fuck you, but they don't got nothing to do with me, so I ain't tripping. You see what I'm saying? We gonna speak on the real facts. We ain't gonna speak on what some could be. The real facts is, you have paperwork where you're saying, yes, he said this, yes, he said this, yes, he do this, yes, you got paperwork on you.
He got a big ass book that ain't in that book.
Bro,
what a paperwork.
Bro, that nigga got so much shit sealed. And listen, bro, I don't even care to do all this type of shit in the interview.
We've had for it.
Man to man.
Yeah.
Rollo, I don't even give a fuck about who he told on. I know 100% he was gonna take a stand on me and Lucci. I know. Nigga, that's the fact on my freedom. On my freedom. That's a fact right here. On my
I was. Hold on. My fault, y'all. Let me finish this.
Fact.
This only got 11 more minutes.
He agreed to get on the stand on my case. Whatever he knew about me and Lucci beef, if he knew something. I don't know, he didn't know that. He was in jail then the whole time we beef. You just squealing, bro. You just in the bit, just trying to get out of jail. You know, some punk ass, pet ass, niggas down. Sit down. Like, you did all this extra shit, this extra talk, bro. I know for a fact you are gonna take the stand on my case and Lucci case.
I'm not saying it's not true, but here's why it's hard to believe. Rollo was arrested about 3 to 4 years before YFN Lucci and Young Thug was arrested for the RICO. So there's multiple scenarios here. Rollo, who was in jail and about to be released, just said, hey, I would testify against Young Thug and YFN Lucci if you let me out of jail 3 to 4 months early. I don't see that happening. I don't see anybody trading, and like getting out of jail 3 to 4 months early to being labeled a rat. Like, I don't feel like anybody is trading those 3 months for a rat label. I don't feel like that's the case, okay? Or the Rollo get locked up and he said, hey, listen, man, okay? Him being unsure of how much time he was going to get, say, hey, listen, I will cooperate against Young Thug and YFN Lucci if you don't send me to jail. Could that be it? Probably, right? Maybe. But for me to believe that, I would have to see black and white in paperwork. And if you don't have the black and white in the paperwork and you're just talking about what you may have heard from a lawyer here, maybe this lawyer here, maybe Fannie Willis, but we know, like the police lie, because if you look at the Young Thug interrogation, they told Young Thug that Pee Wee Roscoe was snitching on him. Thug said, hell no, Roscoe ain't snitching. So we know the police lie all the time. We know the police can lie, right? We know the police play these games of turning against each other. So if the police tell Thug, hey man, Rollo was trying to testify against you, how could Thug verify this? Or did Thug just automatically see, man, Rollo has been accused of snitching already, so maybe they were telling the truth 100%. But Rollo will respond back to Young Thug, and here's what Rollo had to say.
It is 100% impossible for 2 defendants with the same exact lawyer to testify against each other. I had Brian Steele, Thug had Brian Steele. I had Drew Finley, Lucci had Drew Finley. So tell me how the fuck did I testify against 2 niggas?
True, Rollo got a point. Hey,
I have a very active family, and it can be hectic at times juggling after school.
This This is 100% a conflict of interest. You ain't got to take this shit from me. You can go Google this shit your damn self. So this is the lie that you've been calling the streets telling wham and dumb, and they believe you without seeing any paperwork. And paperwork is law in the streets. So you telling me I went and told the feds in June of 2018 about some state shit that was finna happen in 2024? Make some shit out of this shit, people. Tell me how. You went in that interview lying and crying. I ain't did nothing to none of you niggas. Either you hang or you been misled, nigga.
I've never been in prison, so maybe I'm the wrong one to assess this. But if I had to make like a you got 20 seconds to decide, who do you believe, Rollo or Young Thug? Just straight instincts. I kind of believe Rollo, right? What Rollo say to me makes a little more sense than Young Thug claiming that he has 100% proof that Rollo was going to take the stand, but Young Thug don't got the paperwork to prove it, right? So that's why I'm taking Rollo's word for this right now. And if you read the comments, a lot of people is also siding with Rollo in this situation. Okay, now Young Thug also spoke on Woody during this interview. Now I'll be real, Woody responded back, and Woody is pretty upset at what Young Thug said. But when I heard what Young Thug said about Woody, I don't feel like Young Thug said anything too crazy about Woody. Rather, I don't feel like Young Thug said something about Woody that I believe Woody could or should take as an absolute insult.
They thought he was gonna get on the stand and say, yeah, shit. They banking the whole case on Woody. Yeah, he was the lead. He was the lead. Them folk was in shambles when that nigga acting like he wasn't gonna testify. Remember the first time he got in on the stand, he like, goddamn, man, I ain't testifying. The judge like, you sure? He like, yeah, I ain't testifying. Take me to jail. I sit in jail. But when they order you to get on the stand and you don't get on the stand, it's two things can happen. You can get locked up until the judge want to let you out. You can get locked up for 21 days, or you can get locked up for the duration of the trial. Whatever trial you involved in, you can get locked up. So normally trials be 5 days. So if a nigga get on the stand in a normal trial and don't agree, he'll go to jail for 5 days because you got to get out of jail once the trial is over. But in this case, he wanted to do it. Right? He like, well, this shit gonna be another 2 years. I sit in jail 2 years. He wanted it. I ain't testifying. I lied. So he got locked up. He locked up for like 4 or 5 days. I ain't never really heard you say no bullshit about Woody though. No, because not even to speak on like a certain community. Woody like take medicine. Woody like, you know what I'm saying? He throw it off. He offered it.
Reason why I didn't take what Young Thug said as dissing. Now maybe Young Thug's intention was to sneak this with the medicine comment, and most people will be upset if you say that they take medicine. The reason why I don't think it was dissing is because I think it's true, right? We all look at Woody and we say, yeah, Woody is probably off a little bit. Now I think Woody is smart. I don't think Woody is a dummy, right? But I think Woody, is a little off his rockers. He's claiming that's cap. Right, you're not bothering me now because the title changed against you.
Foul guy, the responsible person, bro. When y'all nigga know right is right and wrong is wrong, y'all look for any reason to forgive Thug. When Thug about this on himself. Thug about this on himself. Nigga, we don't care what nobody had to say. The nigga only feel bad because he losing. When motherfuckers feeling like people, they go to playing didn't. They go to goddamn trying to use the reverse side. No, nigga. You get on that damn podcast talk about I'm retarded. You know not to mention me, my nigga. I ain't everybody else. I ain't gonna just be quiet. Nah, bro. I ain't just gonna sit there and be quiet. DK put his life on the line for you, nigga. You know what I mean? Slow up put his life on the line for you, nigga. Yeah, gotta put his life on the line for you, nigga. You call a nigga snitch. Hey, but let me tell you something, bro. You know Yak lied. You know Yak lied. You know he ain't had nothing to do with what happened. Damn. So why you calling Yak a snitch for that? Why you calling Yak a snitch when you know that nigga lied, bro? A snitch is a nigga that go in there and tell the police the truth and get the police a conviction, my nigga. But these niggas lied, bro. But you went in there and said what you said. You want everybody to look at what you said as a lie, but you want everybody to look at everybody else as a snitch. Bro, it hurt being called a snitch.
I was gonna say, but he went in that motherfucker and told the truth. But yeah, bro. So boom, the first video that her gonna be called YS. Hold on, let me see. I think I got my title already. Young Thug and YS tail full of snakes and rats type shit. Boom. Then the second video, this shit is a whole hour and 7 minutes. I'm finna call this how gonna be titled all young thug jail calls type shit. I said all young thug. But yeah, y'all fuck with me, I'll fuck with y'all. Make sure y'all like the video, subscribe to my motherfucking channel, hit the like button on this video, and comment and tell me how y'all feel. Let's get it, man.